part 2 to the rig and animation and the auto rig and doing the animations for the Mixamo characters. I've already had a few people ask me why weren't certain stuff working right. So what I decided to do is just do a little touch-up video just on the animations. So we're just going to jump right into it. Once you set up everything, if you, like I said, you use my files or you add everything yourself, you also can set more than one player anim type if you want to make it so certain models have their own animation. You do not have to run the same animation on every player model you add. The only thing you'll do is add another player anim type and make sure you also add it to the player anim type text that I told you to put in the MP file in your mod and your map name mods folder, and make sure that you specify it in everything here and on your gun. It has to be in the player anim type on your gun, whatever you put there. So you're gonna click on a crappy character. It really don't matter because you're just getting animation out of this. So once you do that, you can go to the animations tab. If you click here and don't search anything, you can pretty much put it on combat to get all your different Call of Duty animations, sports, adventure. Once you get your animation, you just click it and it's going to make it play on the character. Then you'll just hit download. It should already be on. Everything should be set right. Skin with skins, FBX, 30 frames a second, none. You'll hit download. Go to new scene here. So you're going to get your download into Maya, which I did a strafe animation. Don't worry about any warnings because you're just exporting animation. It's not going to matter as long as you didn't get it on your original character you sent out. First thing you're going to do is highlight the hips. The very first thing. The reason being, if this is an AI animation, this character physically moves in the animation, like it actually moves. You want to leave that. If this is a player model, you don't want to leave that. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Shift and highlight all this on the hips, because that's usually what is going to make anything move whatever direction. And you're just going to right click and delete that. Now this is ready to be used as a player model strafe. I think this was strafe left. So that is ready for the player model. I'll say it again. If it was an AI, you would have wanted to leave that alone. Then the only thing you would have had to do is this next step. If you're doing it for an AI, you do not want to break your connections. You want to leave it like it. You do want to break your connection still, because you still have to orient the model. You just want to leave the. Those are going to go away once you break the connections, whether you're using this for AI or not. I always go set everything to all zeros except for the scale size. If you want what you're setting here to match mine is set up XYZ axis. So right now the model needs to be oriented proper for Call of Duty. So I'm going to go adjust all the axes. I usually have to move my characters up by 70 because they'll be in the ground if you don't. Now, whether this was an AI or a player model, you had to get rid of that moving animation. So if it's a player model, you do not have to put anything back. You're done. The model is Z-axis up, and it is facing the X-axis. So that model is correct for being ported in the game. So you can go to your hip joint again, click on the animations tab, and hit S. That's going to lock everything in here so the game engine doesn't try to reorient your model and your animation to the wrong position. If you notice, this animation is only 25 frames, but when I put it in here, it put it way higher at 120. So I know this is a 25 frame animation. The way to check, go to select, edit, select all, select Hiachi. If this animation is going way over here, then it means it's more frames. This one ends at 25. So I know this is too big. So I'm going to come here and put this on 25. You don't have to do this step. It'll just make it a little bit easier. So now this character is ready to be exported. So just to make sure, you go to select all, select Hiachi. If this is I'll say it again, if this is an AI model, you're going to need to, so since this was a strafe, if this is an AI, you notice she's jumping to one side. So you'll hit S on the main joint and set the first point. You'll move to the last frame and move the model to whatever axis it is for the animation. So, and then you hit S again. So now the model's actually going to move, which I moved it to the wrong side, but you get the point. That's only if it's an AI. You do not do this on a character model. So regardless of which way you do it, after you get it set up, oriented right, select all, select Hiachi, and export to Xanime. If you adjusted this to match your anime, you can hit grab frames. If you didn't, you need to see what frame your animation ends on or what frame you want it to stop on. You don't have to use the whole frame. You might only want part of the animation that you've seen. So you put your start frame wherever you want it and your end frame wherever you want it. And then you just export it to your Xanime folder. So after you do that and you're ready to convert it in game, this next part is very important. Of course, you're going to go to Xanime, get your anime file. Your X model file needs to be the Mixamo model that you put in the game. Another thing I misstated yesterday, there is a couple things that don't need to be looping, like your jump. I think your prone doesn't have to be. And like I said, your shoot animation, depending on what kind of gun you're doing it for. If it's a player model, it needs to be on absolute. If it's an AI model, this needs to be set to delta, which if you just highlight this, it'll tell you that. You see where it says delta used for AI animations? Absolute is the next one. So the first two that it's telling you, you need. The absolute puts everything where it's relevant to Maya, which we already know is 100% correct. So after that, you just export it. Make sure that you add your animation in here, Xanime, and whatever an animation is. I had someone ask me about the Play Anime script event. You only have to put the animation here. You do not put Xanime in the script event. You put the animation, not the script event. So we're going to go down here. So right now, let's just say this was mine. This would be Sniper. That's what they're calling. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. So for this script event, this is swim idle. You would not put this in the Xanime part in your mod CSV. It would actually be the animation, not the event. The event goes into Play Anime script event. But other than that, that's it. If you need any other help, just let me know. But just make sure that you're converting your animations right here, whether it's AI or player model, delta for AI. And if you're doing a zombie, you're going to want to set your zombie animations up in your zombie mode and zombie mode spawners. So I might cover that in another little update video. But that's pretty much it for your animations. And then I'll say this again, make sure you're orienting your model right. If it's an AI and it's a moving animation, a jumping animation, you need to physically make the animation move. For player models, the model needs to be stationary because you're going to move your own model. You don't need the animation doing it for you. That's only for AI. So make sure that your model's oriented correctly. Z-axis up, X-axis facing forward. That's pretty much it. If you need any help, just PM me or comment on this post.